Hey, it's Graham here, and today I want to talk to you about how to avoid being creative. And clearly, the best way to avoid being creative is to waste all your time reading books on creativity. So here's the first one that I recommend you don't read. It's called The Artist's Way, A Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity, a very famous book by Julia Cameron. Basically, it's a 12-week program that'll guarantee 3 months of complete downtime while you're busy doing all the fucking exercises in the book, rather than actually being creative. So I highly recommend that if you're going to do this program, that you get yourself some creativity buddies or some anti-creativity buddies, because otherwise you're going to go completely insane by the time you've even got to week 4. If doing your daily morning pages doesn't drive you crazy, there are dicky exercises in every chapter that'll fill in all the rest of the time that you have, so that you won't have a single moment to yourself to actually go and create anything. Next book I don't recommend, Out of Our Minds by Ken Robinson. This book will explain to you all the reasons why your childhood creativity was completely crushed by the education system, and the reason why you now have to spend hours and weeks and months and years, in fact, trying to recover your sense of self so that you can be creative again. Ken Robinson's clearly a creative genius. Reading his work will fill in time to prevent you from having time to do any of your own. Edward de Bono, obviously a guru of the mind, how to have creative ideas, 62 exercises to develop the mind. Obviously, if you need to be doing exercises to develop your mind, then your mind has a little bit of a problem. But Edward de Bono didn't bother reading this. It's going straight back to the library, don't have time. The Creativity Formula by Dr. Amantha Imber, 50 scientifically proven creativity boosters for work and life. Once again, yet another opportunity to spend your creative time reading someone else's work. Don't recommend that. Make your creative dreams real. If you have any creative dreams that you want to make real, this book is a plan for procrastinators, perfectionists, busy people, and people who would really rather sleep all day. Well, that's me. I'd rather sleep all day, so I didn't bother reading the book. Cracking Creativity, another book that'll fill in time. The Secrets of Creative Genius, Michael Michalko. Sounds a little like Michelangelo, but maybe not quite as smart. So, again, if you need to read books. Patterns of Creativity, Investigations into the Sources and Methods of Creativity by Kevin Brophy. I managed to avoid being creative just by borrowing this from the library. It's going straight back unread. Now, if you want to get into comedy, if you want to be funny, then there are plenty of books you can read on comedy. Obviously, Comedy Writing Secrets by Mel Hiltzer with Mark Schatz is an absolute classic. I know it's an absolute classic because I had a copy at my local library. So here's a book that will teach you the best-selling book on how to think funny, write funny, act funny, and get paid for it. Obviously, if you need to read a book to learn how to be funny, you're not. So I wouldn't recommend that. Otherwise, unless you're a complete idiot. In which case, there's always the Complete Idiot's Guide to Comedy Writing, which once again will give you hundreds of pages worth of exercises and shit that you can spend all your time doing writing comedy, according to a formula which will then just appear very formulaic instead of learning to think for yourself. So that's also going back to the library unread, and I highly recommend that if you want to be creative, there are lots of books that you can read that will get you in the way, and if you're probably better off just actually creating something by using the brain. It's already inside your head. So until next time, more unsolicited bad advice, and I'll catch up with you next time.